Whenever you guys are ready.
Coach, let's talk about your overall thoughts on today's game. Coming off of that sweep against Wyoming, you guys had a ton of momentum. And then today you guys were neck and neck. It seems like it was a game of runs, but unfortunately just UNLV came out on top.
Yeah, I thought our physical effort was tremendous. I thought we worked really hard. I thought our focus and mental energy could have been sharper. And I thought that hurt us with our offensive execution. I didn't think we really played great team offense together. And defensively, we just had some breakdowns that we hadn't been having. And I just challenged our team. We got to bounce back and, come out better on Monday.
How do you guys block Mia Johnson, who just had a career high game with her 28 points?
Yeah, we lost her a few times in our zone and just had some breakdowns where we didn't have the proper coverages. And then, offensively rebounding, she hurt us as well. And we knew that that was something she could do. And I didn't think we consistently boxed her out. And, once she had a couple go in, I think, the basket probably looked like the ocean to her. She really had it going. And we just needed to do a better job.
Coach, when you fell behind 11-0 there in the early goings, then got right back in the game in a couple of minutes, what did you like about that portion of the game, just from that perspective?
I loved our response. We called the timeout, and I thought our team went out and just battled back. And, going into the fourth quarter, it was kind of the same thing. It was like we were in a great position. We just needed a few more stops. But I thought we really battled and kind of kept the game close. We just weren't ever really able to get over the hump and take the lead.
And then overall, from an atmosphere perspective, what this rivalry brings, but obviously no large crowd. How different did it feel out there today?
It didn't. I mean, the nature of the environment, I guess, it's just really competitive. Both teams really want to win, and we're fighting for every loose ball and just scrappy, like every game that we ever play against them. And, as part of our team, we went for things and we didn't back down, and their team went for things too. So it was just a really hard fought game both ways.
Do you think with the girls going back to school at this week, it all affected their play?
I don't know. I don't want to make excuses, but we weren't mentally as sharp as we had been. And I'm sure they are managing more. But other teams are going back to school as well and dealing with some things. So, for us, no matter what our circumstances are, we need to be ready to play. And, we need to be sharp. We need to know what we're looking for on offense. We need to run the plays that are called correctly, and everyone needs to do their job. And we just have to really get back to the basics with that, because I thought we had really made some great strides since Christmas. I thought our defense was ahead of our offense, and now I thought, after last weekend, I thought our offense was really catching up, and we needed to be better today.
Just at looking at the personal fouls, 21 to their 11. How do you improve that or reduce that? I apologize, going into the next game.
Honestly, I'm really disappointed in that number, and I don't know what I'm allowed to say or what I'm not allowed to say, but I'm not very happy with that number by any means. I think there are things that could be called that are 50-50, and if you take away the fourth quarter fouls, it's extremely skewed, and that's hard to overcome. And I think we're an aggressive team, and we attack the basket and we play downhill, and when one team's being rewarded for that and the other team's not, that's difficult, and it's frustrating, to be completely honest, because you make recommendations or say things and then you're warned and you're supposed to be quiet the rest of the game, and for me, I want to fight for my team and I want it to be fair. And if you look at that, I mean, and obviously I don't think that decided the game by any means. I think we needed to play better to win, but that doesn't help.
And Coach, no Letta Otuafi in this game. Did she make the trip? Is she injured? What's her status?
Yeah, she's here with us. She just wasn't available to play today. So we're hoping to get her back as soon as possible. And obviously we missed her, and I thought Lexi Givens did a great job stepping up in her absence. We've been really trying to get her ready and just get her kind of more aggressive and tough. And I thought she came out today and played really tough. And obviously she's a really skilled player, as you got to see tonight, and can shoot the three and put the ball on the floor. And so that's definitely a highlight from this game. Hopefully that builds some confidence for her, and we'll be able to, get her more reps in the games, and she'll be able to help us on both ends.
What's
the biggest right there? Oh, go ahead, Kirsten.
You're good, Andrew. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. You could argue that's a bright spot too. Just the 3-point shooting today, y'all were hitting at a proficient rate, especially in that first half. just what does that 3-point shot do for this team? I almost feel like, it opens your offense and spreads you out a little more.
Absolutely. And, early when we weren't hitting that and we're shooting so poorly, it's hard. It's hard to score, and people can really pack the paint and kind of sag off you. So for us, obviously, it definitely spreads the floor out. But with our team, I just cautioned them early, like we can't fall in love with quick threes because it's not really who we are. We need to have a good balance of that. And, I thought at times we took some shots that we could have gotten later in the shot clock. We took them early. And with our team, if we do that, we're just sometimes not ready to rebound for each other. So that's usually a quick shot and out. Now we're back on defense. And when you're playing from behind, I think, we need to be greedier with our shot selection, really be more determined to get the best shot possible every offensive possession. And I think that's a takeaway from this game, that we need to do a lot better Monday.
Coach, it being Deja Hamilton's birthday, but coming off of the loss, do you guys get to celebrate it all in a way? Or are you guys, the girls kind of separated for the night, or I'm not sure how the COVID protocols are working?
Yeah, we have some kind of different rules here in this hotel. We're not allowed to eat in the same room if you bring food in. It's like a Vegas rule. So she was brought cupcakes. We definitely, gave her some love this morning and cards and things like that. And she got a really good present that she's excited about. But I told her, it's like, hey, you get to turn 21 in Vegas. It's like everyone's dream. Here she is in an ice bath at 9 p.m. on her 21st birthday. I'm sure that's probably not the way she thought, when you're growing up, you're excited to do it. It's probably not what she was envisioning, but I think she had a good birthday. Obviously we really wanted to get a win for her birthday, so just a great memory to build on. But her UNLV allowed us 10 tickets, so her family got to come, which is really cool because Vegas is drivable for a lot of her family, and Reno, it's a much longer drive. So that was really cool that people got to see her play in person that hadn't gotten to see her this year.
That's awesome. My last question for you, Coach. Coach Alford talked about this week about just how critical and imperative mental health is for the players and checking in on them. So what has it been like for you, and what have you seen with your girls and their mental health this season dealing with the pandemic?
Yeah, I mean, our girls have been such troopers. I mean, tremendous. I just, when I was their age, I think about that. Like when I was their age, how could I have handled this? And I just, they're handling it way better than I think that I ever could. But I definitely agree, checking in on them and making sure they're in a great place. Their lives have completely changed. They're sacrificing a lot to be able to play. And their circle is really small. We have a lot of new players, and they're like, I haven't met anybody on campus because they haven't gone to a class. They're like, I'd love to make friends, and some of them never got to take an official visit, so it's just a weird year for that. So for us, we try to keep everybody in a great place. As a staff, we really try to check in with them, have at least one weekly meeting that we just check in and don't talk about basketball. We're just like, how are you doing? And I want them to know that if they are not in a good place and they don't feel like they can play, that's okay. Especially this year, it's okay. People have been given the option to opt out or take time away to do whatever they need to do because, not only the pandemic, but the physical health, I think for their age group, the mental health and the emotional kind of stress or distress that they're experiencing is really challenging.
Anything else, guys?
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.